Greetings, traveler.
Unfortunately. But we've been enjoying trying out the more aggressive warrior as well. Excuse me. Warlock, I really don't mind either. But I think for now, we just go with the warrior. So what I have been doing is I've been, instead of just being super big boy warrior, I've shifted the curve down slightly and I focused on high impact late game when you're on the board, such as Bone Mare. I think I'd probably still pick Cube because Cube's just in a good spot right now, even though it might not be amazing in the more tempo-oriented warrior. Ooze is fine. I think I like Ranger in almost anything. Aren't you enjoying Hunter right now? No. Hunter's probably my least favorite class right about now. I tried. I actually tried, and it's just... no. I kept asking myself, why am I playing Hunter? Why am I playing Hunter? Why am I playing Hunter? Because so many small things could be such a big hurdle. And I'm doing more than well with the other strategy. Right. Worm is still pretty good if we're on offense. Hunter's nice to play when you want to think. I don't think so. I think Hunter is still quite difficult to do properly. This is okay. Still gives us a lot of juice. So we have Assembly and a Roar. I definitely want to draft a bit faster then, so I think it's okay to not pick the Etten then, right? Because it kind of goes hand in hand with what we want to be doing anyway. Shroom Brewer, if this were Mage, I would pick it. But we're Warrior and we can hero power, right? So that speaker should be fine. Double Roar Assembly. I think I'm still fine with it. Alright, this is not Assembly though. That's kind of insane. But this allows us to draft just stuff that keeps us alive. Like, yeah, like here you definitely don't need another cube. You just go Brewer. Like here you don't need Pinata, you can just go Smith. It's just... because this kind of guarantees the stuff. Sleepy's still just better. Given the deck, I'm pretty okay with just Weaponsmith. I think that a different warrior might want Scalebane or even Defender. I think if you're going more on the let's just tempo and kill them, the Scalebane's fine. But the Double Roar and the Assembly kind of skews where you can go. We have that luxury now. Because it's Double Roar. Double Roar opens up some stuff. Alright, so Dynomatic here is very good for just surviving, and we have Assembly as well. Thug with double Arathi is fine. I think I'll just pick another Roar. It just allows you to just curve so much lighter. Even though Hatchling is totally fine. Pretty happy with Gastro. Woo-wee! It's not frothing. It's like not frothing times 10. I think we have to go with Collider. And then it's just even more just survive and you'll be good. Alright, you pick Collider and then you just really, really, really diligently try to stay alive. So what assists us in staying alive the best? The answer might be Cheeky Ankle Biter over Enforcer. Because Enforcer helps you stay alive while being a big boy. But if you do not need the big boy, it's probably better to pick the cheaper card. Because we have triple roar. So I think Cheeky Ankle Biter makes more sense. You'd pick Kaboombot over Ankle Biter. That's interesting. I value ping super high in Warrior. It's crazy. Yeah. Oh no, Worse and Commander's a card again. They let her out. Okay, so 4 roars is very likely to be wrong, but how often do you get to pick 4 roars? So let's go. Alright, I think I just need a 2 here. Just pick early game. Oh, Lone Champion is phenomenal here. Let's go. Spring Rocket helps with another ping. Just pingity pingity ping, ping 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 ping. Tarlord hits a turn earlier, but we might just need the 3 drop. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just pick the 3. Defender of Argus taunts things. That alone is probably good enough. Alright. It's like so not Omega Assembly, it's hard to believe how much it is not Omega Assembly. And I wish I had picked Town Crier now, obviously, but you know, how often do you get 4 roars offered? Probably more often now, right? With the, oh god, did the offering bonus make Warrior better? Oh god, please no. Let me look at the stats. They should do another micro adjustment round soon. Ooh, I think Warrior climbed a little bit, right? 53.6. Was it at 53.6 before the patch? I don't know. How do you have 4 Dragon's Roars? Well, they kept getting offered, and I kept clicking them. That's pretty much how it happened. I think I just picked Silt Race, even though I have Collider already. Even though my face will be a problem. I have Thug. Alright, let me have a look at the chats. It's in here.
Garrosh versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory.
Victory on
F2K is Fate to Karma, the name of the team I'm on. You want the brawl we skipped? Didn't turn on Hearth Arena? Oh, it's here. But I needed to restart Hearthstone. Then again, I'm not sure if we learned too much in reviewing this particular draft. I saw Dragon Roars and I picked them. Meh. This is gonna make me discard all my other Dragon Roars, so that's a pretty bad roar, to be honest. Skip the 3rd roar for Devilsar. That's possible. That sounds like something that I might do there. I feel like you can't afford to take too much face damage. Siltras is bad. Well, Siltras helps you remove things that are otherwise a bit harder to remove. So like, for instance, I cleared all the Voidwalkers from a Void Lord, and you only take 3 face because of it, right? Noctargar! I am free!
As long as it keeps out arrows.
The Dinomatic doesn't really work.
What now?
Because I get the 0-3. You could also discover a mech this turn. I don't hate that. But I think gaining 2 armor also helps you survive. And we have some plays right now.
To Northrend.
Slider's just not fair, dude. I mean, look at that shit. That was insane.
I am one with the candle.
Oh. Quickly, heal the guy and pretend that's what we were gonna do.
Watch this.
We roaring, boys. What'd he do? He played his guy, which made his face untargetable, meaning he can't target his face with his own heal. So he needed to heal first and then play it. Who wins the late game? I do, every single time with this deck. Unless I low roll so badly on the roars. That could happen, like extremely bad rolls on the roars.
The icy winds of Northland will consume your
You wouldn't say that versus Priest? With 4 roars, an assembly, Sleepy Dragon, Worm, Charged Devil Source, Soul Thrace, I'm inclined to say I will, but you never know, I suppose. But I think it's a bit preposterous, right? We have 5 of these things, right? 2 roars, 4 roars and an assembly, and some late game on top of that.
Don't mess with Tusk.
You know, take candle.
But if he has 11 mind controls, then I will probably just kill him before he gets to that. But it's always possible, right? It's always possible.
I wonder.
Food? I need it. I got it. Perish.
I must choose.
My shield for Argon. You have been.
Why do you have so many golden cards? Because I don't really play much constructed, so my dust is just spent on golden stuff.
Victory or death.
Which legendary is he going to get, Xerox? I'm not saying he can't win, right? I'm just asking, which one is he going to get that's going to make me regret that? Who is the best arena player, you or Collins? I wanted to like think about time-related stuff or whatever, but I think you just say Collins, right? Because I think you should just go off performance. Because it's kind of hard to measure potential. And he was second in the Gold Rush, so I'd say Collins, even though he's not gonna like that. He asked between the two of us, and myself and Collins would be the only people I would be comfortable with comparing. So you don't have to bother with who's better, a Mars or Cryptman, right? So.
Halt! Who goes there?
Try this.
As long as it keeps out arrows.
Although I would say that right now, I am like at a much better level than I was at the Gold Rush, right? I'll throw that in here. Because when I played Gold Rush, I was essentially fresh out of Constructed, and I had almost no experience with the meta. And then you get thrown into dual class where you need to adjust. But if you've been playing Arena, it helps a lot more. Happened to Victor. I don't know, man. He went to China. Never came back. Monkas. I legit don't know. Legit don't know. Tarogar. You still see him around, Gary? That's awesome, man. But he hasn't been streaming, or has he? Because then I'm always missing him.
I wonder.
I usually host Collins right after I'm done, Trunk. We have it set up so between the two of us, on a normal day, there's probably around 14 hours in a row coverage between the two of us, and on like special days, maybe 16 to 18 hours or something crazy. So. Who's Victor? Victor was the player that had the highest average on the leaderboard for quite a long time. It's a very good player. Why did you drop your Weaponsmith over a 4-4? Because I can't play the 4-4. I can't play Weaponsmith and Death Speaker in the same turn. I can't Dynamo. It's a lot more flexible. I guess I don't have to be too afraid of Hysterias and stuff. Just need to stay alive and push for board.
Try this.
Can you show the score of games with Arena on your account? It's like 9,000 and something, Elmut. Because I don't play, or at least for the first few years of me playing, I didn't really play on my own account. Because my wrists were so bad that I couldn't even play Hearthstone. So I would always do co-ops. So the games would count on other people's accounts. Is Victor a streamer? He used to be. Like right now, I'm not sure. Like I don't think... Well, maybe he's planning on coming back. I don't know.
I wonder.
You need a third guy in US that streams late hours? Well, with Dreads, even though he's not on F2K, right? It's still... I think we have close to an infinite loop. Yeah, Victor was 12 wins HS. His first channel name was Dota 2 MMR boosting. It's kind of funny. Some people might remember that. Did you fuck up your wrists during the time you played League? Kind of, but not really. Funny enough. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to Devil Sword here. I'm kind of just following curve. Maybe I just passed to play around Hysteria. So my wrists were really bad. Mainly, well, I suppose I did kind of injure them, as in they got inflamed and then more inflamed and etc. etc. But the reason why that happened is I had very, very low levels of vitamin D. And it turns out that vitamin D is essential for your body to fight off inflammation or fix inflammation or whatnot. So with these chronically low levels, every time I would do a tiny bit of PC work, I would have a lot of pain in my wrists because they'd be inflamed. And if you have a normal level of vitamin D, your body just handles that. It's like when you work out, you also have inflammation, but your body just handles that. So now that that is fixed, it's much better. Do you eat sugar? It's some like genetically blah blah blah. I don't actually know exactly how it happened. The Collider Keep is interesting, but with Weaponsmith, I don't think we do it. I think finding a 3 is more important. Just go outside, lol. Yeah. Vitamin D is the key to being good at Hearthstone. If you want to be playing yourself, yes, but for most people, your vitamin D is just fine, right? Well, maybe not just fine, but good enough. It can always be a little bit better. I think a lot of people are like deficient to the point where some minor things might be worse. Like you get sick a little easier and all that. But yeah, for me it was so bad that I would get inflamed all the time. Does your body just not absorb it normally? That sounds like a huge dose. It is a crazy huge dose, Deck, yeah. But to give you to compare that, the doctor I'm solving this with, who's been amazing, like, you know, like I had this problem for 3 years and nobody could figure out what it was, and this doctor figured it out, and like it's kind of given up hope, really, you know, because like you at some point you need to take some peace with it, right? You need to accept it, otherwise it drives you mad. If you know, if after years they can't solve it, you have to kind of say, okay, I guess this is my life now, let's make the best out of it. And I had a pretty good life. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was terrible. I could play video games for a living, right? So it's amazing. Required a lot of setup and managing this and that, and lots of support from the arena community in all those co-ops.
Protects me.
But yeah, where I was going with this is that we tested the levels on 10,000 a day, and I was dropping. I was actually going down in vitamin D levels. So.
We hear your heart.
Alright, let me have a look.
Do you like to play with fire?
Sounds like an episode of House. I'm glad you found your house. Yeah, I found my house, dude. I found my house for sure. There's a small gap between Dread's and your time. You mean when Collins ends, TubeCat, or? Yeah, that's definitely yeah. So Collins ends, but there's no gap between them, I guess. But there's a gap between Dread's ending and me starting. Yeah. I got you. All right, let's continue this. We can get another Ranger out, but it's just not necessary. So let's just play slow. Next turn I have 7 mana though. I don't think it matters. This is just better, I think. So my concern is that next turn I can go 4 and 3. But the chance that my board is empty is not like super high. Yeah, I'm gonna do what I saw. It's probably fine. It's good to get the loan down if you can. What is the thing in the bottom right corner? Quest mode. So Quest mode is a platform. Like, first of all, they're our sponsor, right? But I've personally, through you guys, made over $900, which is insane, right? Like, every time I explain this, it's still insane to me. But essentially, to put it in, to explain it very briefly, it's a platform where games can advertise. So game publishers give Quest mode money to say, hey, get people to play our games. Then Quest mode says, okay, if you guys play this mobile game, you can give free donations to the streamer. We can give you free subscriptions to the streamer. So if you play mobile games anyway, there's quite some good ones in there that, you know, I've also kind of got a little addicted to for a while. So you can check it out. Check out Quest mode, and if some of the games you enjoy and you want to play them, certain deals have given me like a $50 donation. Now those are rare, but pretty good. You're playing Lord Mobiles right now, you really like it? I played Lord Mobile for longer than I care to admit. Oh man, I still check in from time to time. Yeah, I just check in to like fix the gem deposit thing, right? Where you every 30 days, just in case, and then I'll probably like do something crazy with a shit ton of gems at some point. It's pretty funny. Yeah, we just keep him reacting to us. If we can keep him reacting to us, that's perfect. Because the deck doesn't run out of cards unless we have a really, really, really weird draw. Or we have an incredibly greedy opponent, which would be cool to see. Right? If we just legit fatigue against someone, that would be amazing to see, right? But something that doesn't involve Deathwing. Because Deathwing, you might discard 3 roars, right? Blop, blop. I like leading with Ysera because she doesn't have taunt. So I'm just approaching this from a purely how do I survive perspective, because I have another roar in my hand, so I have so much value. And there's another 2 roars in the deck, there's an assembly in the deck. It's a crazy amount of value. So I start with the thing that doesn't have taunt, but he probably still wants to deal with. So then once he has dealt with the thing that didn't have taunt, you can play another 12 health guy, but one that has taunt. And generally speaking, if you do it in the reverse order, you start with Sleepy Dragon, because you're like, hey, I want my Ysera to survive, so I'm going to start with a taunt, which is a perfectly reasonable mindset. But the goal is not necessarily to get the max amount of value, the goal is to survive, because surviving equals winning with this deck. So if you would play Sleepy first and he kills the Sleepy, by the time you play Ysera, he's going to realize, okay, I have to go face. I have to go face. Whereas now he deals with this one. Granted, he has a Dragon Slayer and gets to deal with it somewhat easily, but that would be the same thing with Sleepy. Now you can play Sleepy, and even though he'd like to go face, he can't, because the Sleepy's in the way. If we're playing it, right? We need to see whether it's the right play. But that's the thought process behind, let's throw the Ysera out first. Okay, so do we want to Sleepy? We got a Nightmare, doesn't do too much. Yeah, Sleepy's just fine. Well, let's see if he has another way of dealing with it. Cube Nightmare is funny. It is. Not necessary to... Oh, you mean like Nightmare the cube to pop it? Or, yeah, Nightmare something so it survives. Got the tortoise out, baby. It's really funny how the deck just doesn't care about him throwing out all these things. I mean, we got Dragon Slayer, then we couldn't care less.
Well played.
Well played.
Smart moves. I concede.
I tend to take my advice of my doctor over my pharmacist. Oh, of course, of course. I'm just to put it in perspective for the dose, Poji. I didn't even know we had that command, the how it works command. That's great. Whoop. How do you know what to mulligan? So it's deck dependent, but let's talk about this deck, because this is the deck we have right here. Let's first see what we do here, because he equipped War Axe, which is kind of annoying. I don't think coining the Brewer is the answer. I think we feed him the Thug. Kind of sucks. So for this deck, you always need to see, okay, what's my win condition? The win condition of this deck is just stay alive. Stay alive will do it. So other decks might say, I have to win hard early game and push because my deck is quite low curved. So because of the curve on this deck, you can't realistically expect to get a 1-drop into a 2-drop. You don't have any 1-drops. And our 2-drops are Ooze, which you don't really want to play on 2 versus a Warrior anyway. We have Gastropod, we have Ankle Biter. So only Gastropod is something you really want to play on 2. So then you say, okay, what is it that I need? I need good 3-drops. So that means you mulligan for good 3-drops and potentially good 4-drops that help you stay alive. And that's essentially it. That's pretty much how simple it is. This might be Coin Cube. Kind of playing on autopilot. Coin Cube, he doesn't have enough, and I might heat, yeah. Coin Cube makes more sense. Yeah, I just have 4 Dragon Roars, which is so funny. The 4th one, I'm not even sure if it was correct, but I said, well, screw it. How many times do you get to pick 4 Dragon Roars? So we're currently experimenting with that.
Wanna blow something up?
He didn't trade it first. That's weird to me.
I wonder.
I'm fast and furious!
Sure. It's not gonna produce anything, but it's alright. 4 is a lot, but hey, 3-0. I do have to say that whenever you draft these kind of decks, the room for error becomes much smaller. So when your curve is very crisp, you can make mulligan mistakes, you can make early game mistakes, and like you don't feel it that hard. But when you create such greedy decks like I do, I have to say that the room for error shrinks quite a bit. So if you try this yourself, like don't be too discouraged when you're like, oh my god, I just got destroyed, what happened, right? Because small mistakes can have huge consequences in drafts like these. Just trying to stay alive. Like for instance, that Thug sacrifice, right? That's something that feels so counterintuitive to do, but if you waste your coin there and it ends up poorly, you know, it felt pretty annoying to do, but it's stuff you need to do because you know the deck will get there in the end. I want to play into his Collider. I guess I'll play into it with the Raptor, that's fine. I tend to make very large mistakes, which I'm sure are no concern, yeah. Ooh, so a bit punished for not going Gastro, but I was checking him for... Yeah, no, he would have just hit the Gastro. Doesn't make a difference. Ranger does the job, but I think Dynamatic's pretty good here.
Light the fuses!
Like Tavern Brawl as well. For the king, he says.
We hear your heart.
My shield for Argon!
J, thank you for the 13 months in a row. Welcome back. More than a year already. Thank you for supporting. Yeah, Slissa streams, for sure. I was at a 13-8. He played Akali the Rhino. When Akali overkills, you pull a Rushman in from your deck and you buff it +5/+5. So yeah, those are the rocket boots we thought he might have because of the way how he pointed stuff. Not another Dinomatic, unfortunately. This guy likes his phoenixes, yeah, and 2 of them have gone phase. So...
What now?
Looks like you're playing on MC tag. Those were some good tweets, Ben. Half-heartedly forgot to respond. Feels bad, man. I think I liked them, right? Hope you're well, man. Probably just gonna Alex. Execute's fine, but Alex is slow.
I bring life and
I guess in a way it's pretty defensive to lower his health? Question mark.
I wonder.
Like my deck should almost always Alex myself if I heal, but okay, I did it. Face.
Rot into my core.
Ah, instantly punished.
Shiny, shiny, lovely loot.
Please. Please go face with that. No, no, no. Easy face, right? It's a bit of a low roll, fortunately.
I will mourn you.
Rover Hero Power versus Scalebane Amalgam. Rover feels better because it sets up the execute nicely and produces taunts. And I get the 2 armor. Game over? For who? I would say both players have a good shot at winning.
Come, my pretty birds.
You shall not pass.
I think execute is about to earn its keep. So bump execute's gonna happen, which means he has 5, 6 power. We have 1, 2, 3 taunt. I think armoring up is vital. So then we could Dragon Roar now to Twilight, execute, armor up, which is fine with me. You also want to play 2 bodies, but it's hard to do that with execute and armoring up. Alright, Crowd Roaster, does that change anything? Not really, I think we want to be able to shoot the big boy next turn.
Hostile detected.
But you can see how Alex My Face was clearly the better. Like, just any health I can get is better. Ooh, he whiffs that. That is big. That is big. But yeah, Alex My Face. I should just go with my. I should go with my rules, right? My rule there would indicate Alex Face every time. So. Oh yeah, Alex My Face could have been better. Potentially. Alright, so I'm always gonna armor. Always gonna trade here. I'm always gonna trade here. Good Scalebane timing. Let me get the Amalgamate. Feels like we weren't focusing enough on tempo the last 3 to 4 turns. Can you explain what I did differently then, M. Harris? Because I think I was... Well, I was focused on surviving as well. How many Dragon Roars does this deck have? 4. They were calling me mad. Nice. Nah, I wanted to try it just for funsies. Are any streamers upset that Multiple Tech was removed? Sun glitters, but I'm not sure if she's serious.
Speak your peace.
You would have executed the Drake the turn it came down. No, it's okay, M. Harris. You could. The reason I always just ask because, but maybe it honestly was better. I didn't really remember what was. I didn't really notice what my other options were. If I was gonna execute, like what else I would do. Can Roaster go face? It cannot. Tarlords has 1 attack, doesn't the Drake? Yeah, but I have an 8/8 versus his 4/8. So the Drake itself is not really that bad. Don't you normally have 45,000 gold? We went up to 60, I want to say 65, but maybe it was just 60k, right? But 60k plus. But then I spent it on packs. We went down to 18, like 17 or 18,000. We went down to, and now we're back up to 24k, I think. For the Federation. Excuse me. Played a Scalebane as well. Scalebane, armor, execute. Is a Scalebane buffing anything? No, right? No, I don't like it then. Oh my. That's not going to cut it to outvalue my deck, friend. Only 24k, lol. It's a weird turn. Well, the thing is, Zenturk, that until a few months ago, I didn't really have very many cards on my account because I never played on it. as we talked about the whole wrist things, right? If you weren't AFK for that. The TLDR is that the first 3 years of me playing Hearthstone, I essentially didn't play on my own account because I couldn't. Yeah.
I wonder.
But I'd rather keep a 2-3 or a 3-2 for defender. So a 3-4 or 4-3.
I must choose.
I think I'd rather keep the speaker. How do you accrue 60k plus if you're not playing on your own account? That's the thing. If you, so you have to remember that I'm like a super tryhard, like for the first years, right? So my win rate was pretty dumb. So let's say that on average I do maybe, like first of all the quests, right? And we used to also do some team viewer co-ops, which means the mouse was being moved here. But mainly it's just, you know, you have to, because if it's your job to play Hearthstone, you don't really miss quests, or very rarely miss quests. So
What now?
just imagine years and years and years of not buying any packs and doing all the quests. Like that alone is a pile, man. Bit of a weird spot, but it's okay, I suppose. Hey, Health Loss. Good morning. I don't know what the average runs on my account per week was, but 2, 3, who knows? Out of the 20, 25, probably more. This guy loves the roar, huh? Not the roar. I love the roar. He likes the Scorcher. Ah, Emerson. Here she has good synergy with Assembly. I think I just play Argus to not fall too far behind.
My shield for Argus.
How good is a 4/4 weapon? It's good. It's good. Some would say it is actually quite good.
I bring life.
Misplay didn't buff the snail. Pog. Not your face again with Alex? This guy. Yeah, we're on 25. Taking 8 is okay. Yeah, Cavern Dreamer, health loss. Every time I see Scorp, that's what I think about.
Rotten to my core.
Rotten to my core.
Mushroom power!
Muffin! Damn. Cat's going off again.
We hear your heart. There!
Come here. Say hello to the world. Hello.
Attend me.
Ready, sir.
She's just big boned, okay, chat? Wow, holy, what a pile of crap. So 2 Dragon Roars, like, didn't happen. They were just like -2 mana. That's insane.
Light the fuses!
Could have been better, I guess. I want to get this Emerald down, but there just hasn't really been a turn. Damn. Now these dragons are insane, so just need to hope he doesn't have removal and goes face for with this.
So many.
Emerald without taunts, I know. But if he takes a trade, which I hope he does, double hoarding is good game. Because I was looking at Muffin too, and was like, Muffin, are you just fat now? But I was like, when you feel her, she doesn't feel fat. It's just a lot of volume. When you grab her, it's like pushed together, kind of. It's pushed together.
What now? Extraordinary.
Those are some dragons. Not fat, just a lot of volume. There, Muffin. Don't listen to them. How else can you grow to be the size of a tiger, as mentioned in chat?
So many possibilities.
Once we get him to trade, we're good. He's got Shadow Flame, right? But he's 1 off. No. Wait, did he just... Yeah, he did the math poorly on that. Or he has a coil now. He doesn't. What's this guy doing? I think he just saw huge damage to both Drakes with the Shadow Flame. Yeah.
Why do you call?
Get scored.
I love omelets.
Say hello, Muffin.
Malfuria.
I must protect the wild. Victory or death.
Yeah. Cat's draft. She wanted all the wars. You doubted Siberia? Well, we have a certificate and everything, Rimkus. And because of their, like, specific fur, it's... I'm not sure if it translates well, but hypoallergenic? Is that English or not? I don't know if curve, no. It means that, like, my girlfriend is allergic to cats, right? Regular cats. But Muffin is fine for her because of the specific fur. Like, only if you're, like, severely allergic to cats, I think, Muffin would give you trouble. Hypo under? Yes, yes. I suppose it would translate properly then. Hyper and hypo.
Great show today, folks. It's all
Your cat is allergic to cats. That's kind of weird. That is kind of weird.
Light the fuses!
Do those also have long fur? Or like thick fur or whatnot, Dana? Or is that just coincidence? The dog has hair instead of fur. Yeah.
Path is my destiny.
What fools these mortals be!
I wonder.
We hear your heart. There!
I guess I'm roaring instead of armoring up. Just to get more information, right?
Job's done.
Oh god, that's so disgusting. Order. Order Kappa and Kipo.
What now?
Faster in my swell.
So we have Ember Scale, so I need to keep Alex in my hand, right? That's my synergy generator right now.
I wonder.
Have you played any Priest? At the start, and it just felt worse than Mage in almost every single regard. So that's usually not a good place for Priest to be.
Putrefy.
Bubblies and yummy!
Meddlesome insects.
You'd rather see this deck? Yeah, the roars are kind of dumb. It's very powerful if a deck can't lose the late game. It allows you to play super safe. What are you trying to cube? Not saving the cube for anything, I just like having the poison guy. I'm just trying to slow him down as much as I can. Really not specifically trying to hold the cube for anything or so. But cube is an anti-tempo play. Usually speaking, cube's a value play. Like, almost all my plays are designed to make sure he can never kill me. And if he can never kill me, I win. It's kind of how straightforward it is. If we roar into a Marsh Drake, it's so insane here. Question is, do we roar? I don't think we roar. I think we just Alex and smack him for 9 and put on huge pressure.
I bring life.
Interesting strategy. You prefer to not get killed. I mean, it sounds so dumb when you say it, but if I would observe a lot of people, their playstyle, even though they're not consciously saying like, I am making this play, which is less designed to keep me alive and more designed to provide value or to deal damage to my opponent's face, it would happen a lot, even with this deck. So it sounds weird when I say it that way, but it makes sense. Missed one? Oh, with the collider. All right. Thank you, Concerned Mom, for the 200 bits with the hashtag charity. Much appreciated. Merry Christmas to you too. We're almost there. Yeah, Reaper. I'm not sure Fungal as well. The Spring Rocket might actually have to be kept. Yeah. Oh, I'm still not too hyped about Execute, but I think that in this deck, it makes complete sense. You would have won without the Executes. Yeah, but I mean, I've definitely had other... Like, this is definitely Assembly on 1 versus Hunter. Let's try to get another Dynomatic or a Ziliax. Yeah, so huge. I don't like slamming it, just to not give him the idea that it's Ziliax, but... That's fine. Alright, Hatchet on curve. Let's go, boys.
Smelly fish. Yummy
It is
fish.
not Hatchet on curve, friends. What are you doing?
Obliteration.
The Federation. When I say fungal, it was fungal. Alright. So fungal and Reaper. Just equip a weapon, son. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, do it. Come on, man. Just play the weapon. Come on. Come on.
I wonder.
Oh, he's like, ugh, I don't want to play this.
Annihilate.
Annihilate. How much armor is this again? 6. Nice. Would you take a second candle shot or a baited arrow? I have not been playing Hunter a lot. I know 2 candle shots can be bad, but there's his weapon. But baited arrow is... I guess it depends where your deck's headed, right? Is it more mid-range or not? Bubblies and yummies. Arrow's been nuts for you guys. Yeah, she moved closer to the mic. But I can move the mic a little bit if it's necessary, by the way, guys. Purr. Should I just zip? No, I shouldn't zip it. Why not Ziliax? Because I'm full health. I don't know. Feels wrong. Per 10 out of 10 commentary. More arrow? Ooh. That would suck. Bomb toss. Looks like we'll comfortably make it to Worm with them the Argus. Shady finally not dressed for a job interview. I only do that on Sundays, man.
Unity, precision, primitive.
You go to job interviews on Sundays? Well, I guess I dress like I go on job interviews. Just tradition, Nordic marksman. That's mean. I think Worm's still better, but this is mean. Where are the roars? Yeah, they'll be on their way. It's fine. Think you have to do it? I'm on 25. I think we're okay. Because I can Argus Worm, and then I can start life stealing and stuff. Why not Dynamatic? Because I can probably still do that next turn.
Try this. My shield.
The trade on the 1/1 means you can ankle biter the other 1/1 and dynamo Ransu. That's why I was thinking about doing that. But I think this is superior.
Yeah, it'll grow back.
Oh yeah, it hits the worm. Yeah, maybe I should have just Dynamatic'd last turn. I'm not too sure though. Maybe, yeah, I guess so. I think the game was slow enough that I should have just Dynamatic'd. Okay. I think Dynamatic over Worm was... For some reason I thought that the Dynamatic would do exactly the same the turn after I developed Worm. I think we're fine. Right? I think we're fine, but I should have just Dynamatic'd. Could I do something else with the Dynamatic? I don't think so, but still, that's fine, right? You Dynamatic, you barely take any damage, you win the game. Yep. Seems good. Seems good. Yeah, we'll be okay, but the Dynamatic should have been played instead of the Worm. For sure.
Well fought, I concede.
Garrosh versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine. Victory or death.
Not a single roar last game. That's honestly probably better against Hunters. So I think that more people watch me to get better than on average Centaur, but in totality, I think still more people watch to just have fun.
I'm warning you. I'm unstable.
Totality of word? Probably not. Not even sure exactly where I use it. Some bad translation. What's that 3/3? It's a 2-drop that gives your opponent a coin. It is a word? Alright, see chat? This is why you guys are here, right? To help my English. Sometimes I use words where I'm not entirely sure, but more often than not it is correct, and I probably just remembered it from reading a book or something. This seems weird, but I don't want to have 1, 2, 3, so I'm just gonna smack it. So he gets 6 health if I smack that. But we don't care about his health, right? Care about the sexy collider clear.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
Watch this.
In Arena, do you get paired with people that have the same score? Roughly the same score, yeah.
You win this time. Garrosh versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine! Victory or death!
Are you sad we can't draft MC Tech anymore? Get out of here, Tio. Get out of here.
Smelly fish! Yummy fish!
You did 10 minutes is a bit excessive. Colorado. Let's bring him back in, shall we? Let's see, you've already done that. Casey, thank you for gifting 2 subs. 18 in total. Mac Maxon and Shubergina? Welcome, guys. Thanks so much, Casey.
We hear your heart. Rot into my core.
What now?
This is greedy, but I have double sword coming up, and next turn I can heal my face if necessary, so it's probably okay. Have the guidelines for drafting a good control mage changed after the recent patch? I'm moving it all down a little bit in curve Keldrash. It's a bit weird. I'm actually not 100% sure how I'm gonna do it with mage just yet. But maybe like a big-ish mage that tries to kill the warriors with worms and bone mares rather than just purely tries to outvalue them. But I'm not 100% on that yet. Okay. This is a bit too spicy for the file. I can't trigger my guy.
Hold it! What do you want?
We hear
It feels like he just wants to lower the health on it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But it felt like he just wanted to keep lower the health on everything to set up for defile or whatnot. Like the fuses. Like if we're getting fungals and all that, for instance.
Converting stored energy.
When you look at a card, do you have in mind which playstyle it fits into? Yeah, certain cards are much better in one style than in another. Like, let's say Worgen Abomination is insanely good in Big Mage and like meh in Tempo Mage. It's like okay-ish. If you're a bit more on the Tempo side, Bone Mare is okay in Big Mage and insanely good in Tempo Mage. Blast Wave is insanely good in Big Mage and good in more Tempo Mage. This worked out really well for us, by the way. What style does Priestess of Elune do well in? Now I know you're joking, but actually Big Mage will perform a lot. It will perform a lot better in Big Mage because you're usually worried about getting rushed down. Why am I not getting the card hover? Because the extension doesn't work for me, Eki. I'll take another like really good look at it on Monday. What else I can do? Why not weapon the 1/1? Because unless he has Hammer of Wrath, it's just a waste of a charge. You have the deck tracker icon on stream? Yes, I know. Like, it's on, but it doesn't work. That's the problem. Right on time, ooze. We have ooze for the big weapon though, so that helps.
What would Uther do?
Paladin at around 9-0 probably has a sword.
My eyes are open.
Reporting for duty.
We can have the jelly. Hey, we can have the jelly.
My shield for Argon.
Whew. Oops. Could have had a 1 HP guy. That might be huge. That is indeed an oosh. Yeah, Paladin kind of gets caught in the warrior hate. Just sucks for Paladin that their silver swords get used.
As the witch commands.
Reporting for duty.
Ooh should be banned, big swing. Well, certain weapons are like too insane if they're not. Like Collider, for instance. If you can never ooze a Collider, it gets even better. Silver Sword's insanely oppressive as well. There's just a couple weapons that do insanely well.
A misstep.
I thought he was conceding, but he's not.
Reporting for duty.
Crusade!
Whoop. I was gonna type it, and then I was like, I have to move someone away from my keyboard. Easy 12? A hunter at around 10-0 is probably rather ridiculous.
Of obliteration.
F2K is the name of the team I'm on. Lyron. It's Fate to Karma.
Only a fool rejects the Lich King.
I sense your
Annihilate. How long do you play draft mode? So there have been some small breaks, like I did Constructed for 3 months. But generally speaking, Sin's Goblins versus Gnomes. Just quite a while. I always forget exactly how long it is. I wonder if killing 2 1/1s is better, but I don't think so. It also makes him a bit afraid of the 5 damage AoE dragon. So the 5 damage AoE dragon might actually bait him into trading more. Also the 2/4 body is probably better with fungal, so. Okay. Hero power? Is it possible to bluff in Earths? Well, you can make certain, like for instance now we could have bluffed the 1 damage AoE guy. But yeah, I mean secrets, pretending that you're pointing a card at something that is completely not something you would normally use. Those things you can definitely do.
watch this.
I guess the spell damage is more important than the beast. The usual timing coming down.
Watch this.
Prime Drake is one hell of a pickup, but would have been nice to have something to play next turn. Ooh. Carnivorous Cube. I guess I'm cubing Thugs then, right? That seems better. And then next turn I Prime Drake.
Watch this.
My face. Okay, just big poison or something, or taunt. Okay. I can trade it first if I want a full clear. And I think a full clear is desirable versus Hunter's Mark. I have not X-Factor, no.
At last, a worthy fool.
The Alex, that's just mean. I still just heal now, and I save the Alex for when it gets like too bad or something, right? Yeah, we're just grinding him out now. My play would have been to heal the cube and keep the cube alive. Why is Q healing? So it's not so much that I really want to pop the cube, Dano. It's that I don't see how I lose if I heal my face.
Well played.
Because even though you have Alex, you can then save your Alex, right? It becomes so ridiculously hard for him to kill you.
Brothers of the mind rejoice. Sing, sing, sing with me. Raise your pick and raise your voice. Sing, sing, sing with me. Down and down into the deep. Who knows what
We got Weaponsmith and stuff, right? Magi seems a bit weird. Okay, Dino is a good pickup. Devil Star is a little early. Ooh, Worm is definitely too early. Song sounds weird. Wait, for real? So something wrong with Diggy or not?
Never seen the blue moon glow. Feel it bouncing down to me. Stop your bellies at the feet. Stumble home and fall asleep. Dreaming in our mountain deep. Born underground, thrown inside a rocky moon. The earth is afraid.
It's a good draw. We good? Okay.
Faces on the battlefield, you will meet your doom. We do not fear what lies beneath. We can never dig to
Mount the Fire has been pretty solid. The extra armor for this deck really matters.
What now? Annihilate.
born underground, suckled from a teeth of stone.
Not where you want to be, by the way.
The safety of a mountain home, skin made of iron, steel in our bones. To dig and dig.
You can kill the 1/1 to play around Fungal.
My brother, sing with me.
But a 2/7 Divine Shield in Paladin. It's not good. It's not good at all. Need to pray for a good Dynamatic on 7.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Is Dynamatic just better? And am I trading the 2/2 first? That's the question. If I play Arathi, I can smack trade or even smack trade.
I must choose.
The music
suppose we can't complain too hard with that outcome. I think, normally speaking, I would play Weaponsmith and wait for a better dino. But it's 8 into 9 into 9, probably, so...
Reporting for duty.
Just a sip, then you are mine.
That seems okay.
Reporting for duty. What now?
So if I play Ranger instead of Arathi, I don't take 5, and I put 2 1/1s on the board. Is that worth it? It's probably not worth it. No better time for Onyxia? So you Onyxia and you throw 1 into the shield, you throw nothing into the shields. I'm not sure. Whelp is a bit slow. Alright, loses this. Oh, we get the armor, that's pretty big.
Reporting for duty.
It's okay. We don't mind.
Watch this.
We have it for the big one now. Yeah, now is a good Onyxia turn.
Reporting for duty.
Why Worm? Are you baiting him into something? Well, if I don't need the Sleepy, I prefer Worm. I could be wrong. Start off by saying that I could be wrong. It's always a possibility.
Reporting for duty.
We hear your heart. There!
The victory is yours.
Nice. The 12-4 seems scary, but I'm on 34 health and he's dying, so I think it's better to ignore it. So the roars were good, but so many of our games we won without roaring or with roaring once or so, right? So you look at this deck and you're like, ah, clearly carried by the roars. And they were kind of dumb, but so many games, like, it was not that big of a factor. I think if anything, the roars allowed us to draft very, very responsibly when it came to staying alive. So I'm not saying the roars didn't play their part, but I would say that they play their part more in the deck construction rather than in the actual game. Because if you have 4 Dragon Roar and an assembly, you can draft lighter than you normally would and not fear that you are going to run out of steam. 2 Rangers are very good at making us survive. Dynomatic. Yeah, you look at this deck and it's just pure like survival, and then the top end it's roars, kind of speaking. Nemesis, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you. So what we can take away from this for future warrior drafts is that we can try to draft slightly lighter.